We never meant for it to turn out like this. We never thought it would go this far. That's the thing, though. Let me start off at the beginning. It was our senior year of college. It was our year. I, Riley Martin, was the more conservative out of the two of us. I was class president. Jamie Sweet, on the other hand, was the party girl. She was appointed president of the Beta sorority house on campus. Somewhere along the lines that year, I guess the pressure got to both of us. Because that's when things really started to get out of control. For me, it happened with a phone call from my mom.
Hey, Mom. What's going on? No, tell me now. What?
I found out my father had passed away. The following weeks involved his funeral and me falling drastically behind in school. When I got back, I felt a lack of control in my life. Everything was out of my hands. Jamie and I barely slept as it was, but now it was much worse. I spent every waking moment trying to catch up on work and everything else. Be the best. Gain control back. Before I knew it, I hadn't eaten more than a bite of pizza in months. I was so busy I hadn't even noticed. I guess it was because I wasn't restricting my diet at all. I drank cranberry juice and cola, which have calories in it. I just had stopped eating altogether. My weight drastically dropped. But whenever you lose weight, people just tell you how good you look, no matter how sick you look. It's not until you are pure skin and bones with sunken-in cheekbones that anyone dare tell you you're too thin. Even then, though, sometimes not so much. During this time, Jamie began having trouble trying to do it all. Her grades dropped. On the phone, her father spent hours screaming at her about how she needs to get her act together and telling her what to do. She told them by going into the bathroom and purging. She purged every time she felt someone telling her what to do, and she felt a moment of release, a moment of calm that she was in control, not them. One day, we were out in the quad and we spotted her. Her name was Matilda, and she was perfect. She was an art student, but with a very timid confidence to her. She was humble, but she owned everyone around her. She was the trifecta we had been looking for. I was dating a guy named Elliot. He was your typical jock type. Jamie had introduced us at one of her frat parties. Elliot was obsessed with working out, though. He burned every calorie he ingested. He was the only one of us that had an apparently obvious problem with food and his appearance. He was a guy, though. Guys don't have eating disorders. He had one written all over him. Two sick people never have a happy ending.
Go for it. No thanks.
Are you serious? It's a snack. Just have one.
I said no thanks.
What the hell is your problem?
I'm not hungry.
You never eat like anything anymore.
I eat.
Whatever.
So it's okay to attack me when you're the one who's constantly worried about your weight? You worry more about your looks than I do.
Look, shut it.
Don't tell me what to do.
You're my girlfriend. You do what I tell you to do.
You know what? Not anymore.
Get back here!
Where's Riley?
Do I look like I care?
Not really.
After that night, Jamie found getting high was a good way to induce vomit without having to make herself throw up, and eased the pain and gave her an even more sense of calm and satisfaction. Elliot and I barely spoke after that night. He was a hypocrite. Eating together was always awkward. It wasn't until the night of the senior formal that everything changed forever.
Yeah, I'm just tired. Okay, I'm gonna go check on Jamie. She's been gone for a while. But are you sure you're okay?
Perfect.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Jamie? Jamie! Oh, Jamie. Jamie. Help! Jamie!
We never meant for things to end up going this far, but they did. One day we woke up in the middle of something we had never intended to be in, and the consequences were deeper than we could ever have imagined. Sometimes things end for the better, sometimes they don't. That night, Jamie Sweet died. She died of internal bleeding of the stomach. I lived, though. I lived to tell both of our stories. Someone noted my weight at the hospital that night, and I had to be fed through a tube. After that night, I had to go to therapy and an eating disorder clinic, and eventually learned how to eat again. I still relapse, and there are days that are harder than others. But I've learned. You can't control everything. Trying to control everything doesn't make you happy, doesn't make you better, doesn't make you perfect. The best way to deal with life is one day at a time, with the bigger picture in mind. Live your life. Don't take it for granted even for a moment, because you never know when one day will be your last.
Just wanna be